And welcome to episode 4 of Jammin with Jay. I'm your host, Jay Craig, and welcome to my talk show. Today I have a very special guest, someone quite controversial, someone that wants to be heard. And his name is Ace Walker. Ace Walker, welcome to Jammin with Jay.
How you doing?
I kid. Today we have Convo Lupo. Lupo, can I call you Lou?
Yeah, you can go ahead and call me Lou. Whatever floats your boat, man.
Alright, Lou. Now, you do have heat here in Caw, and you do feel like you're misunderstood. Am I correct?
Yes, I do greatly feel that I'm misunderstood. So
Now, there have been rumors about you that have been spreading our little community, and that is that you are somehow, some way connected with North Korea. Is this correct?
No.
I'm sorry, but your laughter does not reassure me. So, but let's just skip that. So, it is confirmed that you has some connection with North Korea. Now, Lupo, how many championships have you won? Now, but yet, how long have you been in Caw? And within those years, how many championships have you won?
I've been in Caw since 2013, and I so far won 6 championships.
Yes, six championships. And how many of them have been women titles?
Women titles? Sorry, man, I'm not in the women's division. I'm in the male division.
Yes, okay. So confirmed. So you deny the rumor that you are against transgender wrestling.
I am for it, but
then how come have you never chasing a women's title? You are for it.
Like, personally, I don't want to be in it, but hey, if that's how people want to do it, they can do it.
So you heard it here, boys and girls. Convo Lupo is for beating up women. Now, Convo, let's not beat around the bush. You do have some heat, and well, you feel like again you're misunderstood, and you want to explain your side of the story. And let's face it, 2017 has not been your year, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it hasn't been my year, so yeah.
Now, a lot has happened in you and Caw in 2017. And let's start with the first big one that I can think of. I could be wrong. For you, this might not be your first in 2017 that happened to you, but my first experience with you in 2017, we have a mutual acquaintance that told me that you were talking to this person on how a certain company wasn't being run right, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
In this company, I'm not gonna say what. I won't. Okay, respect of this person. I am a champion in this company. Again, I won't say what fed, but he adds 2 and 2 together. You're smart enough, then yeah. In this federation, I am a champion of some sorts, and well, you decide to mention this individual saying how I haven't been doing much with this title. Now, when I confronted you about this, you told me that someone else sent you to tell this individual. Now, we're not going to protect these names because I'm pretty sure you feel like you've been betrayed and that you've been, backstabbed by these people, if I'm correct.
Yes, especially with a recent falling out with them. So
now, without naming the federation, who are these people that told you to tell this individual about my run as a champion, and other people as well? Who are these people?
Jeffrey Albertin and Trey Jeter.
Now, what was said?
All right,
again, without naming the federation or whatever, because again, me and them are in multiple federations together. We are.
Yeah, so it all started with me Trey and Jeffrey hanging out, and they couldn't get on the Facebook at the time, so they kind of enrolled me as their messenger of sorts. So they told me send some messages to our familiar acquaintance, and I told this acquaintance of ours before I sent it, hey, it's from these dudes, I'm just messaging for these guys.
Okay, now at the time, I did not know this. Well, later on, you told me later on during the time, what happened. I was very annoyed by this because, you know, I'm pretty sure, like you worked your way up to a championship. You worked very hard, and to have these new little rookies, I'm gonna see how it is. These rookies tell this individual saying, to have you to tell this individual saying, hey, you know, this guy's not good enough. He's not doing it all with the championship, despite the fact that, you know, at the time, I had just won that championship. You know, so
Yeah.
and who were the other people that were trashed? Who was it? Who else?
Other names that was trashed was the Rage Redneck Rays, Ryan Carroll.
What was said about Ray?
They said that even though he's a good champion, they just feel that he's running stale.
Running still. Now again, who said this?
Trey Jeter and Jeffrey Alberton.
Okay. So now this is something I did not know. I did not read that part. What was said about Ryan Carroll?
Ryan Carroll, they said with him that overall he's just trash. He's garbage. That's just the summary that I can remember because it's been so long. That's what I can remember of what they said.
Now, okay, so technically, in a sense, they had you send this message so that way you could have gotten in trouble. Is that how you feel?
Yes, I do feel that now. So yeah.
So basically, you know, you feel like you were basically the scapegoat. You were their microphone, and you were the messenger, and sadly, the messenger got shot.
Yeah, shot put through a firing squad.
Now, I want you to be honest. Did you feel that they were right, or did you agree with them at this time? At that
Honestly,
time,
I have my own opinion. Ryan Earl, me and him, we
trust me. Everyone who knows Ryan Carroll, everyone knows that Ryan Carroll does not like anyone. So,
yeah,
you don't explain that.
Yeah, so I believed the Ryan Carroll one, but the other ones I did not believe. I was like, man, you sure you want me to message him? And they said yes when I was trying to just make them realize that, yo, man, these guys put work in.
Alright, now we're gonna go to the call shoot. Because I made a post to ask questions. And let's see if I could just... Oh, god damn it. I gotta prove something real quick. What up? No, I'll do it later. Okay. From our good friend Scott... Okay, my good friend Scott Adams. He asked, why? As to what? I don't know. It's why.
Just a why?
Just why. You know what? I'll be a good pal. Scott, let me explain. You see, Tyler here has ties with North Korea. He's currently sending information to North Korea about my beautiful country. I forgot you're British. So there we go. Now, I have a question from my email to you.
Alright.
This is from A. Laspiza at gaymail.com. How big is your dick?
Man, something that about 13 of my ex-girlfriends enjoyed. That's as much as I'm going to say about it.
Lovely. Now this question is from Call Shoot. It is from Ben Hopkins. On a scale of on a oh god, on a
Oh
scale
God,
of 1 to Ben Hopkins, how great is Ben Hopkins?
man, I'm gonna be honest. Ben Hopkins.
Yeah, that is correct answer. Okay. Uh. Uh. Now, okay, so as we established, you felt like you were thrown under the bus by these people who you considered your friends.
Yes.
Now, after this, how was the your relationship with these people? How was it?
They apologized for it, so just me being a grown up, I decided to accept their apology, and we ended up just being cool on cool terms for a while until recently.
Okay. Now, when I confronted Jeffrey about this, he apologized as well and said that that he felt like he was wrong about his comments towards me, because I didn't know when you established that it was them that said all these things. I did confront Jeffrey about it. Now, what are your opinions on Jeffrey?
Man, with him and Trey Jeter, they're a pretty good tag team right now. A good rookie tag team, but they're going to, of course, have to do work and call to
now let's make
get
this
good.
let's make this more interesting. Personally, what do you think of them?
Personally, me and Jeter, we don't really butt heads that much. It's really me and Jeffrey who always butts heads. And, really it's due to that butting heads on why I just parted with them.
Now, okay, were there any more incidents besides the one earlier this week with you and Jeffrey at all? Any other things with Jeffrey?
Actually, there was a lot with Jeffrey. One such being a familiar friend with ours.
No, not. Wait, we're gonna say that for later. If I'm guessing it involves SNW.
Not really S&W. This person's name was Bradley. This is a completely separate incident.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean that hick? Okay, go continue.
Yeah. Him and Bradley, they thought that Bradley was in the right for throwing me under the bus in a certain Fed during late around Christmas time last year, I believe.
Oh,
and
so was this okay? Was this during the first incident, or is it another incident?
this was a kind of falling out of the first incident.
Okay.
And Bradley, he just stepped out of nowhere, and even though he was trying to protect me, in his words, he ended up just shooting me in the foot, essentially. That's the best I could describe it.
Now, from what I'm understanding, I could be wrong. Please correct me. You were treated pretty much like a punching bag in this group of friends of yours, in a sense. Am I right?
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. Now, so let's be honest here. Okay, I'll give you my honest opinion about how things are going on with you. Well, I do feel like that you were the one that got fucked over from your friends. The way you handled the situations from the first till now probably hasn't been the best, in my opinion. But again, we'll get more into that later.
Yeah.
I have another email question from a Brian Barrel. Brian Barrel wants to know, how big is your penis?
Man, just rewinding the video to the first question, you'll get the answer.
Now, do you have any pets whatsoever?
Any pets? Not currently, no, but I used to own pets.
Were they delicious?
Man, no, I always believe in, like, animal rights, so I would never harm an animal.
Okay.
No.
Now, Jeffrey. No, not Jeffrey, sorry, I apologize. Lou,
Yeah.
with these incidents involving Jay Jeter and Jeffrey Albritton, both of them being black men, has this, made you dislike black men at all, or are you still for the brothers, Lupo?
I'm still for the brothers,
So,
man, because
so these two incidences with these black men have not soured your taste on the black people whatsoever.
man, we're all equal. I'm literally colorblind in that sense.
Alright, because I too love the black people. Big fan, big fan. Now, there's another rumor involving you, Jeffrey, and Trey. Are three of you Jewish?
No, I have my own religious belief, similar to a mix of paganism and Scientology, so
Please
no.
explain that. I would love to hear this.
I just feel that
Does it involve sex?
one God
Does it involve orgies in any way?
Nah.
Then we will skip this.
Okay, sounds good.
This is a question from Adam Oliver, and after this, I'm going to ask about your opinion on Adam Oliver. My question from Adam Oliver is, why does he have to stoop so low to create phony accounts? Please answer this and then give your opinion on Adam Oliver.
Reason why I kind of stooped to making a fake account is
Okay, since we're at this point, please explain the situation at this point.
alright, so I just felt like I was not being heard, and I felt due to my name keep on being tarnished, I wanted people to know, like, that I'm not bad. I'm this good guy, just like everybody else in call. So I kind of stooped to making a fake account by the name of Dex Jameson to kind of let people get to know me without really knowing, well, that's me. So I just essentially made a mask online and tried to get people to get to know me with that mask on.
Now, how long do you think this was gonna last? Because in my opinion, it was only a matter of time before this happened. And how did Adam Oliver know about this?
I was the first one to tell him. I consider him a good friend of mine, and I was the one who told him first before I even made it. Hey man, I'm thinking about making a fake account.
And I'm guessing Adam Oliver told Jeffrey Albritton.
I guess so. I don't know how anybody found out. I don't know that much yet, so I can't say for certain.
Now, in my opinion, it was only, like I said, only a matter of time before this happened. What I think, in my own opinion, it was a good idea. You probably shouldn't have done that. If anything, like I forget who said it, you should have moved on from this whole situation and basically look for other places to go to. Because clearly, you kept staying with these bad crowds. In my opinion, But again, what are your thoughts on Adam Oliver, especially after this?
Honestly, doesn't change my view on him. He's a good man, so me and him are still going to be cool.
But then if you read his comment, he's saying, why are you stooping so low? He's basically throwing you under the bus. Now look, I love Adam Oliver, okay? He's very handsome, and I want to do awful things to him. I do. But clearly, when you're reading this, he's throwing you under the bus.
Well, I'll just probably personally speak to him and just try to find a mutual ground from him on what he'll want to do.
Alright, now, okay, so you tried to, in a sense, to go back to SNW and COH.
Yeah.
Now, so Travis said it in his post when he blasted you, that that you could have, if you would have just messaged him anytime later on, with the things cool down, he would have brought you back. Now, I'm guessing out of frustration, from what I've seen from you, when you get frustrated, you do, let's face it, stupid things, and you don't think straight. And you basically, in a sense,
Yep, I did. Honestly, with what he said, I did not even think that he'll want to listen. I just felt that because me and him left it on a bad note, whenever me and him kind of left communication with each other, I just felt that he wouldn't be interested in personally speaking to me. So that's one of the reasons why I made the account. Yes.
Well.
Yep.
Wait. God damn it. I'm saying kid right now. Okay. Now, like I said, you and I have seen eye to eye at all, I wouldn't call you a friend, but I feel like I should give you a chance to open up because, I'm a viewer. When I look at all this, and I understand, and I know some things from what, like I said, from what I see, these guys, in a sense, use you as a punching bag. They use you as a scapegoat, so that way they wouldn't get in trouble, And in my opinion, what? If Trey Jeter or Jeffrey Albert or Adam Oliver love to come on my show and explain their side of the story, I would love to have them on and explain. But from what I understand, they used you as a microphone, and they sent you so that way, instead of them getting in trouble, you got in trouble.
Yes.
And you treated these people like friends, and look what happened.
Yeah, it sucks, but at the same time, I've been the friendly one in the case, so I can't really say that I was the one who wronged them. I always treated them like friends, hell, somewhat even like family.
What up? Continue.
Yeah, so it just sucks that this happened. Of course, I'm always willing to be friendly to anybody that I have issues with. That's just the thing about me. I'm always friendly, and I just don't judge people for past incidences, even though by how I react, it seems like the polar opposite. I hold a grudge.
Now, okay. Let's go to, again, back to Call Shoot, because Sean did send you multiple questions. Why are you still here? Do you know no one likes you? Chronic is better than you at sewing. You have no talent, and you spread lies that no one believes. And he wants me to tell you to go away. Sorry for laughing at that, but
it's okay. Well, really.
Now, in my opinion, reply back to Sean, but without getting angry.
Well, we all have the right to our own opinion on how we feel about someone. One such example being how people treat wrongs and all. And, really, if he feels like that, so let it, because that's his personal opinion on me. I really can't change that unless I just make myself seem better in his eyes. That's the only way on how I'll change it, but if other people like what I do, I'll do it.
Now, the last question on Call Shoot, not the email, is from Jeffrey Albritton. My question is, did Lupo think Adam Oliver was dumb enough to have you sneak back into COH and SNW?
I wouldn't consider him dumb. I would consider him a friend, a buddy, because
Now, now,
really,
now, he's making it sound like that you try to trick Adam Oliver, when, in actuality, you told Adam Oliver that you made this fake account.
yeah, I told Alma roughly about 3 hours before I made the account, yo man, I'm making this fake account. You don't mind helping me? And he was all for it. He even said I could get a spot in OWA NXT under that account to kind of sell it.
So, like we established, he knew about this, but from what
Yes.
I am seeing, he's playing like he had no clue about this, and that he figured it out himself.
Apparently, with how that seems, it seems like everybody got told by Adam about it, and Adam's playing the like a Sherlock Holmes card, I would call it. So yeah.
Now, who were you more close with, Jeffrey or Adam?
I was way closer to Jeffrey than Adam.
Sorry for the noise. Now, like I said, like you said, you feel betrayed, you feel hurt that these people who you consider a friend, is just throwing you under the bus.
Yes, I do feel like that. The really only friend that I have right now in call is Ike and Ray.
Now, Lupo, what do you think are your chances back at SNW and COH?
Well, Jeff told me himself, don't ever try to get back in S&W, so that's thrown out the door, but I don't know, maybe if I make a good enough impression as one of my other wrestlers that I am in other federations, Travis might come and knock in and give me a shot again as that wrestler.
Now, let's get to this recent incident with you that involves you, Jeffrey, and Chronic. Did you explain yet? Because I forgot. Did you explain what happened yet?
Alright, so what happened was that ever since me and Chronic had issues with the very first incident, whenever I joined S&W, I really had this like good control. I had all these good ideas for myself in S&W, but after a while, Jeffrey essentially got paranoid about the Chronic not liking all these story angles that I have for Lupo, and he just essentially shut him down.
Now, did these storylines involve Chronic whatsoever?
No,
or does any connection to Chronic whatsoever?
Aside from a cross-show feud with Lupo and one of the champions in the other show, no. Nothing directly involved Chronic with me at all.
Now, when you first gave these ideas to Jeffrey, did he say yes to them? Or was it shot down right away?
50-50 times. The first idea was shut down at the gate, but the second two,
now,
he was this? Yes.
How many ideas were given until were you?
Around 6, but 3 being the main major ones.
Right. Now explain each and every one of them, from the minor to the major ones. The first one. Let's go to the first one.
The first one was just a show look idea, like how a show would look, and that got shut down out of the gate because he told me Chronic came up at her idea.
The show look. Explain that. What
like,
do you mean show look?
Like how the ring would work, how the stage would look, and how the announcer table would look, like the whole entire look of a setup for a show.
Okay. And he said Chronic didn't like the idea.
Yeah.
Is Chronic part of backstage of SNW?
Not that I know of, no. So that's why I feel that Jeffrey is just paranoid with Chronic adding his 2 cents to anything that I had a hand in.
So basically, okay. So in a sense, Jeffrey would just go to Chronic and ask for his opinion.
I feel that way, yeah.
How about the second idea?
Second idea, which was a more or less major one, I was re-debuting as TJ Donnell in S&W, and I felt maybe instead of being on the Vortex brand, like how I was, to go to the Cyclone brand. And Jeffrey said no, because Chronic was in the brand, or the show. So he shut that down after a while. It was a yes, but after realizing the potential issue with me and Chronic being on the same roster, essentially, he said no.
Okay, how about the next idea?
This was a major one. It was going to be a cross-show feud in between TJ Donnell and the Iron Kingdom, which was Jezebel Cooper and Michael Miner. Because on the page for S&W, Miner called out TJ Donnell to the match. And of course, he was the champion, so champion calls out a challenger for the title. Typically, challenger would respond yes, the thing will happen. So me, Miner, and Jezebel, we was essentially so deep into it, we was speaking all these ideas on how to build it up. We already had some feud to post, I would say, to kind of publicly address that the feud's going on. And eventually, Jeffrey said no, because from what I understand, Chronic did not like the cross-show idea. He would want the shows to kind of always stay separate.
I see.
In that...
Now, did Jeffrey say yes to, at first, to the cross-show idea?
Yes, he said yes.
So he said yes, and halfway he decided to change his mind.
Yes, so we was given the green light at first, and after a while he was like, no. He was like, I didn't get that, and that really ticked me off, along with Jezebel and Michael Miner, but I was really the one mainly pissed off about it.
Now, this isn't gonna sound hypocritical to some people, cause I did something similar. I'm gonna say something similar that I've done. At the end of the day, Jeffrey has the final say, and for him to say yes and then change it, to me, that seems kind of spineless, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like.
I mean, yes,
really?
You know what? We can blame Chronic, but no, everyone loves Chronic. Chronic had wrong. It's Jeffrey. You think about it. He has the final say. He said yes, and just to please Chronic, he decided to change it pretty much midway, if I'm correct.
Yes.
And then he has the audacity to go on call shoot and say he did nothing wrong. This has nothing to do with him.
Yeah, that's really messed up, in my opinion. And really, after all that, after a while, it just made me snap, personally. I felt, due to how he was saying, and me still treating him like a friend, I felt that, just given that, I thought that Chronic was just pushing Jeffrey over, just throwing his input into everything and just making Jeffrey a pushover, because I still treated Jeffrey like a friend at the time. So that made me mad. And for a recent issue, that's why I recently got mad at Chronic, because I felt that Chronic was treating Jeffrey like a pushover, even though now with the falling out, I realized that it was completely opposite.
Now you think about it, like you said, this crossover show doesn't really involve Chronic, so how would he know about this?
Exactly. That's why I felt that somehow he told Chronic. Chronic said no. That's why I feel that I essentially acted like fuel for my rage, because I didn't think it was just
and
Jeffrey.
Instead of going after Jeffrey, who is the main source of this anguish, you decide to go after me and my friends because of the first incident.
Yeah, because of course I felt that Chronic was connected to y'all in a clique-like way.
He is part of my group of friends. At the same time, it was wrong of you to really put me and my friend on blast.
Yeah, I do realize that. Like I said, that was just acting like fuel and just made me snap, like how I said. So I do apologize for that.
Now, when I first saw the post, I was annoyed. Today, when I saw the screenshot of your fake account, I was also annoyed. But with that being said, I decided, you know what? How about this? I'll give him a chance. Now, before we continue, I have an email question from a Donnie Darkos. Donnie asked, "Hey, Lupo, I like to pick up women. I like to flirt with women. Now, as of late, I've been trying to impress women with my 3DS. His 3DS, the game system. But sadly, women are not impressed. How can I get the women, Lupo?"
Well, geez, just like matchmaker or something. I would suggest maybe trying to find a type of girl that you'll want, and maybe look up a Facebook group about dedicated girls looking for singles like you, and just maybe try your luck.
Now, I have another question from a Cristo, Cristo, Martini. My father does not like me. My father has forbidden me from wiping my own ass after I poop, for fear of me trying to figure myself. I want to kill my father. Should I?
Shit. Literally. I would figure no, because you just fuck yourself over in the end, so don't do that.
But this poor boy's parent father is afraid that he's going to stick a finger up his ass while he's wiping. Who does that?
Like, that's highly irrational. I would just figure call Child Protective Services in that case.
Let's see. I see. So we established, well, in your that Jeffrey is technically the main cause of all your issues in Call.
Honestly, now looking at it, yeah, he is.
Do you have a mystery whatsoever?
Actually, I do. What I'm thinking about it, my message would be, it's fucked up what you did, Jeffrey. I treat you like a friend, hell, even like a dead friend I had ever since my young age, man. You just kind of felt that gap, and I just welcomed you with open arms, and I treated you like a good friend, hell, even offended for you, and as I discussed, even risked my own spots in some shows for something that you told me to do. And for this just to happen and essentially you not be there, it just fucking sucked. sucks, and I hope we can work it out somehow. Would be work on neutral grounds, but I just don't know as of right now because you want to be so fucking ignorant.
In my opinion, after hearing all this, after adding the pieces together, Jeffrey is a snake. In my opinion, he really is. Now, Jeffrey, if you love to be on the Jammin with Jay show and explain your side of the story, by all means, go ahead. I'll be happy to add you on. Now, what are the current feds you're in right now, Tyler, or Lupo, or Kim Jong-un's snitch? What feds are you in now?
I am right now in Gettystone Federation, GSF.
Is that the only fed you're in?
Honestly, yes.
If I were you, put yourself out there. Go on Video Games Network, put yourself out there. Actually, there's someone that you can message. Angela Spiza, who plays Fisk. He has a show called ECF. And if I were you, message him. So, Andrew, if you're listening, buddy, I suggest that you sign Lupo to your federation. Because this poor boy has suffered enough. Betrayed by his friends, people who eat brothers, this boy deserves a spot. As for COH, well, you sort of fucked yourself over there, Lupo. You should have known better. NW, hopefully Jeffrey will see the error of his ways and bring you back to SNW. Because, like I said, technically all of this has been his fault. All of this has been the fault of Jeffrey Albrin. Instead of working with his friend, he's too busy trying to please someone else. Instead of taking responsibility for his action, he throws you under the bus. Now, with that being said, sadly, we must go. Alright, so see all of you on episode 5 of Jammin with Jay. Now, any last message there, Lupo? These people?
Yeah, if you're in call, just treat everybody equal, man. Don't throw yourself over anybody. That's my honest message.
Alright, okay, so that's it. Goodbye, people.